Our mate Ryan has just bought a new project. It's a Ford Escort 1.1 bonus that's been done up to look like a Series 2 RS Turbo. No, wait, it is an actual Series 2 RS Turbo. Sorry about that. It's been off the road for about 6 years, so it is a little bit rough around the edges. And there are a couple of areas of bad repairs which Ryan will redo. But the subject for this video is, will it start? Ryan had just replaced the fuel system when we got to the unit on our usual Thursday night.
It's action or something.
Yeah, action!
There we go. So this is a 1988 RS Turbo that I bought. Been sat since 2019, since it ran. It was parked up because of turbo and radiator issues. Started going through the fuel system. We put a new fuel pump on. New fuel tank. I've got one of these hoses on order because it's not ethanol compliant, so I've got a new ethanol compliant hose on order. I have blown the fuel line out with the air line to remove any crud from the fuel line. Basically the fuel tank were full of rust and scale, and these cage electronic systems just don't even like dust. They're a very poor system really, they just don't like dust in it, so rust is really bad for them. We've got 10 litres of fuel in here as well, so we'll basically go through the systems and try and get it to run. This has been, again, this is some poor repairs like always that just decide, I mean that's not fastened on, so it's to redo again. Is that they've welded from the floor down, not bothered cutting out the old piece, so this is to cut out and make again. And the sill there, again it's been welded over the top of on the outer sill, and it just wants cutting out and doing properly. That one's as bad, again they've put a piece in and it's not stuck to anything, so again it wants this changing. So what we've done under the bonnet so far is new fuel filter, like I said before, blown all these lines out. I've drained the oil, replaced the filter. I've blown the turbo feed line out and primed the turbo with oil. And what we're going to do to start with is turn it over and build oil pressure. Now in here I've got a new ignition switch because the old one, no, the old one fell in bits, so I've got a new ignition switch. I've not tidied these wires up yet because I have an immobiliser to fit, and no doubt I'll be joining into these wires somewhere for the ignition and for the starter cut. So for the moment they are just open wires. Ram that in there.
Is there any indication that the ignition's on?
There can be if I put the dash back in. We had a little issue with a mouse chewing some wires behind the dash, hence why the dash is out. And previous wiring work. 6-inch piece, 3 joins. So you can see the oil lights on there to show that we've got oil and ignition, and we'll turn it over till the oil light goes out, or hopefully goes out. There we go. Now just to make sure it's working, the oil lights come back on. Fingers crossed it starts now. Oh, that wasn't bad really. Okay, so why does it cut out? Try again. No. Hang on, I'll try to give it some thought. No, that didn't help either. I wonder if there's a wire off, with it being all in pieces. I'll grab a torch. I wonder if that does it. The air intake temperature. Let's try that. Try that. Apparently not. Right, I think I'm going to have to do some research.
Good old Google.
Yes. You might have to come back to us in a minute.
Right, so what's the results?
So, I've found on Google, whether it works or not, I don't know, I'm about to try, that basically because all the boost pipes are missing, there is no draw on the fuel metering plate, which with the Cagetronic, this has to be pulled down to give fuel to the injectors. What it does say, if you put a piece of insulation tape like that and wedge it under there, it gives what's basically a false draw on that plate, and in theory makes it have fuel to the injectors. So we'll see. No. I wonder if it's just not far enough. Will that go just on top of that nut instead of on there? Like that. Might be too much. Come on. Come on now. I don't think it wants to play ball. No.
Is the video going to be called Will It Start Ish?
Ish. Will it start ish?
Because if that's the case, then
We've done it.
That's a,
Yeah.
It will start ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that'll do it.
Yeah.
It will start ish.
Everyone will be disappointed on the internet, you
I know.
realise that?
Yeah.
But what we can do is we can take the injection system off and put some twin shoes
Twist guards on it. It might actually run then.
And as is typical, Ryan tried it the next morning and it fired right up.